Hold My Drink with Charleen and Ellie, a Go Loud original.
Most you've got paid for an Instagram post?
For a feed post?
One, yeah, just one.
One picture.
One, a singular.
€5,000.
Jesus Christ. You only get free clothes when you're doing you're doing a post for them. You don't just get clothes sent to you.
PR now.
No.
We used to say that all the time. Like, imagine we just both stayed in our jobs that we had. We came home from Canada.
What would it be like now?
What would we be like now? Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Hold My Drink with myself, Ellie.
And Charleen.
Charleen has zero voice this week, but we're going to make do. She'll be fine.
I have to talk really low. If I talk in like a high pitch, it's gone. It's not
so
there.
she might have to whisper a little bit.
Yeah.
But for anybody new listening or our reoccurring listeners, thank you for coming back to us. And this podcast is a mirror feeling of a group chat. The WhatsApp chat.
The bathroom on a night out.
All the good stuff. The girly chats.
Those good vibes.
Oh yes. We're going to bring everything into it today. Life, boys, relationships, dilemmas. But our topic of this week, which I'm very, very excited.
I'm really excited.
I'm nervous as well.
Yeah,
though.
me too.
I'm a little bit nervous.
I feel like we're telling all.
Yeah,
we're getting
the taboo
down.
things.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for that. I think we said that from the beginning, that there were certain things we wanted to bring up in this podcast
that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
That they need. That
so
we have to talk about.
Our topic this week is going to be everything to do with the influencer world. That word, influencer. I don't use.
I only don't like it because it has a negative connotation towards it.
Yeah, people paint it as...
It makes sense.
Of course,
but
it can hold so much weight as well. I think that's why I personally don't like to use it, because people can throw it back at you at convenient times.
Yes.
When you do something bad.
Yeah.
You're meant to be
a good influence. I never said it was meant to be a good influence.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. That's where we're going with this week's episode. And we have the usual German word of the week.
Yes.
I get so excited for this.
Fourth word.
We have our secrets from the stalls. Wait till I tell you. And just all the juicy...
And sip and skip.
Oh, yeah. Our sip and skip at the end.
Yeah. And then we're going to do kind of like expectations versus realities of an influencer, and then add in your questions along the way as well.
Yeah. We got loads of good questions.
Again, sorry for this voice. I had a long week. How was your week, Ellie?
It was really good. Both of us were away, actually. We were both in the UK, weren't we? Yeah. I was in Liverpool to the dentist. I know it's a bit of a trip away. Well, it's actually not. It's only half an hour flight. Got all my teeth done.
Show me.
You were talking about the Delph last week.
Yeah.
My mum said to me when she collected me actually from the airport, she's like, "Oh, they're a lovely set of Delph." I was like,
Please never say that again.
I don't know why I said that either. But I was away in the dentist.
I was up in Donegal and in
you had a shoe?
London as well. Yeah, the shoe. I stayed in like this castle called Loch Esk, and it was gorgeous, but I was freaked.
Why?
I just thought it was going to be haunted. Like I was just in a big 4-poster bed. Like there was a big painting of like an old like Victorian looking man. There was a big mirror beside the bed, and I was like, if I wake up in the night and I see ghosts, I'll never sleep again.
Oh no.
I don't know. Do you ever hear people tell a ghost story and you're like, how do you actually ever sleep?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever be able to sleep again.
Or do you know what I think of? Do you know the child actors in like scary movies?
Yeah.
No? How do they grow up? Like,
well, they're clearly fucked up.
Like how do they? I wouldn't be able.
Isn't there a movie that the girl actually had to get like help afterwards because she was scarred?
Like
one of them.
And all them. And The Grudge.
It was one of the real old school ones. I think she was like really fucked afterwards.
Yeah, I don't blame them. But we both had our own little hotel breaks away, didn't we?
We did.
Although
mine wasn't as enjoyable. It was gorgeous, but I just got
for 2 nights, 3 days, and I loved every minute of it. And I'm going to make it a new mission now that I'm going to keep doing that.
Do that. And she said that in the first episode.
Oh yeah. It was so nice. I stayed in the Hilton, booked myself the Hilton, had a bath, was getting Nando's Deliveroo. Like it was just Nando's was a 3-minute walk away from me, and I was like, I'm not walking.
I deserve to get it delivered.
Yeah. So we just had a ball of a week. I think I went out at the end of the weekend.
Yeah. So
did you?
I actually wasn't really. I went over yesterday though.
Are you not?
No, I went over to Aaron Lucinda.
I know why your voice is gone.
Why?
Because you do that screamy thing when you're drunk.
I don't think I've done it. I don't actually. I wasn't that drunk.
You and Dano.
It was Dano's game. Dano actually won the league. Dano's my boyfriend, by the way. If you don't know, but he won the league. So
I'm going to pretend like I know what that means.
I was screaming.
We're very proud
Dano.
of him. Yay.
We all ran on the beach. I never felt like more of a hooligan in my life. I felt so alive.
No, I saw a video of you. I don't know who put it up. I think it was Megan with you. Or who was with you?
It was probably Megan.
I think someone took a video and you were in the little corner, but like, oh, I think there's people everywhere, and you were like, oh God,
God. I literally ran for my life. I thought like I was going to get reefed back by like a security guard, but no,
they let you.
Just got to say it was mad.
You little wag, I love it.
Yeah, so that's why my voice is probably gone.
No.
and then the weekend as well. But hopefully it's back for next week.
It will be, don't
Because
worry.
I sound, it doesn't even sound like myself.
No, we'll go
Sounds
get
like
a green juice.
I didn't
after
have
this,
any
it'll be fine.
smokes.
Yeah.
It sounds like I had 50. I didn't consume one.
I
so
can't relate. Can't relate to that now.
I
Smoke
smoked my
like a
lungs out.
chimney. Terrible. Terrible. I'm nervous.
I'm scared too.
I'm
not scared, but
nervous.
it's very raw.
Yeah.
And that's what we always want this to be. But even though we don't want this podcast just to be about the fact that we're influencers, it is important to talk about because it's our career.
That word gives me the ick.
Same.
And I give myself the ick. I think I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely give myself the ick sometimes.
Oh, God.
You have to though. Like
I know,
we
I
have to
do.
do cringy
I think
stuff.
I just get so defensive about all this because people, the first thing when you think of an influencer, and I'm doing, you can't see me, but I'm doing
The
those little bunny ears.
bunny ears.
The first thing when you even mention that word to somebody, the first thing they do is roll their eyes. They're just
Yeah.
like, shut the fuck up.
You just haven't. They just paint everything.
And I
the
don't
same
blame
brush.
them because there's some people in the industry that we're in that I kind of roll my eyes at to be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't blame people, but I just think I want to deep dive into this today and show people.
We actually have more layers than just.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't like to prove anything to the haters and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
See,
that's
I
not
do.
what.
I
No,
I
see,
do in a
I
way.
couldn't be arsed.
Yeah.
See, they will. You won't change their minds.
No,
so what's
that's
the
true.
point? I'll never try and
Yeah.
prove anything, but I think we just want to deep dive into the nitty gritty stuff of it. Like, we
For
want to
people
talk
who care
money.
for the right reasons,
Yeah.
I feel.
So our next little segment that we have is a segment that was named by my mother. My mum
Yes.
named this segment. It is called Wait Till I Tell You. So in this segment, we just like to do a little bit of a story time. I know our whole podcast is kind of
Loads of stories.
yeah, loads of stories. But this is just a story that just keep you interested. Just to
Yeah,
kind
so
of
you might stick in your group chat.
yeah,
that
it's something a
kind
bit
of
juicy.
Yeah.
Might not even be juicy. Some weeks it might just be something super casual. It's just a little oh come here, wait and I tell you.
Yeah.
One of them. So it's something to do with like the influencer kind of thing
Right.
and like
okay.
I had on a night out an experience where a group of gals I think they said hello to me already at the start of the night.
Okay.
There were a lot of them and there was only me and one of my friends.
Okay.
And I think as far as I remember, now everybody's drunk, everybody's
Blurry.
yeah,
Yeah.
blurry, high on life, and I think they already said hello to me once in the night, and then it was a really busy bar, people were all on top of each other. As far as I remember, I think someone tried to say hello to me, or did somebody try and ask me for a picture or something, or I can't remember what the actual context was, but as far as they were concerned, I just ignored them. I completely ignored them.
But you didn't hear them.
I didn't hear. I didn't. Like, you're in a
Yeah.
club or a pub or whatever, you know. Didn't hear. And then next thing, all I know is my poor friend that I'm with got a drink just completely thrown over,
Oh my god.
and there was just a bit.
I remember that actually. Yeah, you were doing your story.
no, yeah, I went mad at my stories then.
But that's
talking
crossing the
about
line.
it
That's not
and
okay.
Drunk stories are just never a good idea. But we left
Oh,
that
yeah,
bar
yeah, yeah.
obviously, and I
Yeah.
went out on my stories on an absolute mad one, and oh, there was chaos. There was no fighting or anything.
No,
Nobody.
no.
I think we just felt not intimidated, but there was two of us. There was so many of them. It was just
course.
kind of my first reaction in any sort of situation. I don't like confrontation as it is, so my first reaction is
Leave.
just to leave.
Take
just
yourself out of the situation.
take myself
Yeah.
out. Not because I'm a bitch or whatever. I don't want to deal with it. If you
Yeah.
don't want to deal with something, leave.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not being less brave, or do you know what I mean? Nothing like that. So we just left.
Like you would never ignore someone.
never
you'd-
in a
you'd like-
million years.
Fair enough. If you could, if you wanted it, you could say no. I don't want to picture. But you would
Yeah.
never just blank.
If I
point
was ever
blank someone.
if I was ever with my family or something, or like I've been stopped in places where I've had to say, can I come back, or like
yeah.
I don't want to lose my friends, like
Yeah, of
festivals and
course,
shit like that, like
festivals, yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that. I
yeah.
don't want to lose my friends. Can I come back in a few minutes,
yeah,
or
yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, she got a drink thrown over. If you saw those stories that night, it was just all a bit of a mad night. Now, those girls might have not even meant it. They meant it. Did
Was
they
it poured?
really?
Was it poured?
It was poured.
You don't accidentally pour. it.
It was poured on her.
She was like, "Hold my drink."
Yeah. But yeah, that was my little story time. Just something to do with the whole like I've never met anybody like that.
That was like your worst encounter kind of thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think it was worse because I had something to do with my friend. If it was me,
Yeah.
if you did it to me, I don't think I'd
When
care
it's
that
someone
much.
you love, it's worse.
Yeah, or somebody that has nothing to do with the situation. Do you know what I
I'll turn
mean?
into a psychopath.
Yeah, it just that's probably the worst kind of experience that I've had on a night out with somebody recognise me or whatever. But just thought I'd
Touch
throw
wood,
that
it doesn't
out there.
happen again.
Touch wood, it doesn't
Yeah.
happen again.
So it's everyone's favourite time of the week. We have
my
German word of the week.
Yay.
Hopefully I'll be able to even say it with this voice. But the German word of the week this week is Taschentuch.
Oh my God.
God, it's hard to say with this voice. Taschentuch.
Tuch.
Mhm.
Taschentuch.
Mhm.
Put it in a German sentence. I'm not going to understand it, but I love it.
Ich brauche einen Taschentuch.
You're so sexy when you talk like that. Oh
It's
my
really the most
God. Does Daniel actually
unsexiest.
just speak in German?
We just. It's the harshest
Sounds like
language
you're
ever.
hacking up.
Yeah, I need to do a few.
Oh, Taschentuch.
Yeah.
Is it in the room with us now?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Handbag.
No, but close because a tasche is a handbag.
Oh.
Yeah, or a bag.
Like a
So a hand tasche is a handbag.
hand tasche. And this is a tasche.
Taschentuch.
Tuch.
Tuch, yeah.
A small bag?
No.
A purse?
No. Do I say it in an English sentence?
Yeah.
When you are sick with a cold, you might need a Taschentuch.
A sick bag?
No. It actually did bad. It ignore the word bag because it doesn't really make any sense.
If you're sick with a cold, you might need this.
Yeah, because a tasche is also a pocket, like a. It's
Oh,
like the
a
same.
tissue.
Yes.
Is it a tissue?
Yes,
Yay!
So say it again.
A Taschentuch.
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 You might be following us obviously online, but it's only such a short snippet of our
Yeah.
days. It's like
But even since we started the podcast,
Yeah.
people have said to us that,
these are actually alright.
yeah, or that they see like a different, not different side to us, but like a more in-depth side to us, obviously, because
Yeah.
there's only so much you can share over a 15-second Instagram story or a lovely picture that took 100 takes to get the one.
And that's
Do you know
exactly
what I mean?
what we want to do. We want to show
Yeah.
you that, there's a real insight into our lives, and
course.
it is a job. It's a real job,
Yeah.
definitely.
The people that think it aren't,
Yeah,
well,
I know.
check how much tax I pay and then you'll find out it's
I
a
know,
real job.
I know, but also it's time consuming. Like it's a lot,
Yeah.
that people don't see. And I would never put down someone else's job saying that's not a job just
That's
because of.
so easy.
Like, and also I think one hard thing about being an influencer is that you can't ever switch off.
No, yeah.
Really.
I think I said that last week as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Somebody
can't.
actually asked that question, like, how do you feel constantly having your job with you 24/7? Like, when you leave an office at 5 o'clock, your job is, you don't
Yeah.
have to think of it.
Would you ever get another phone? Like it and like.
I have to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And would you ever like leave your Instagram phone away and go on the other one or something?
No.
I don't know what I'd even do. Remember Instagram went down, I didn't know what.
Oh, God.
But even me and the girls were all FaceTime, we're like, I miss you. Like,
Yeah.
even though just because our WhatsApp chat wasn't working.
I know.
Even though we probably wouldn't have even been texting in the chat at that time.
No,
it's
but just the fact that you
can't.
couldn't.
That's what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is, exactly. We're going to start off by talking about, I suppose, what got us into influence and how we are where we are now.
Our little background kind
How
of.
we kind of, fell into this because it's kind of a mad thing.
World.
People always, actually, people did ask as well, how did you get into it and how do you get into it if people want to?
Yeah.
But yeah, how did you start?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. My voice sticks a little bit.
I lived in Canada, as you know, for a small little short 9 months. When I came home from Canada in April 2019, I didn't go back to a job. I just realised that I could. Well, I tried.
And you had been doing makeup and stuff, so you
Yeah.
were in the social media.
Yeah,
area.
I had a little bit of a following from. I worked in England, as everybody
yeah,
knows,
actually,
I'm sure.
when you came back, following was, do you know? Remember? Because I just feel like you've always had that many that you do now.
I don't
Do you
know,
what I
but
mean?
there's a post on my Instagram that's still on my Instagram of me thanking people for 5,000 followers, and it's still it's still down above it, which is cute. But
Wow.
I worked in England and I gained a following, a small following at the time from England. Like, I remember when I worked in the Liffey Valley store, like, people used to come in and ask for pictures and stuff while I was still on counter. It was nice.
Yeah.
Or people used to request you to do their makeup.
And be like, I really like you on Instagram.
But that was, we were pushed to do that because we were on the pro team and
of
work.
course.
So they
It's
pushed.
advertising in a way,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like,
They, the social media manager at the time, Connor, is actually my manager now. So
wow.
we go way back
Full
to all
circle.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, Connor taught us loads about like times to post and like, how many
You
times
need
to
to
post.
get taught in a while.
Yeah.
in a way,
He taught us a little bit, like, while we were in there, obviously, about how to gain stuff and like the best ways to promote engagement on your page and stuff. So leaving for Canada, I did have a little bit of a following.
Yeah.
Stayed there for 9 months. I think I did the odd maybe job or two,
Yeah.
but it was the job or two where I had no management, no like nothing. I think I charged people like €100 for a little post. Like, do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Do you know
Yeah.
stuff I hadn't a clue about?
Yeah.
I was getting PR in Canada while I lived there as well. I think I was getting a little bit of PR before I left for Canada, and then when I came home in the April, I was like, don't really want to go back to work. Like,
Yeah.
and I remember my mum asked me, like, what are you going to do now? Like, what's the plan? And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't actually know, but like, what's the harm in trying it for a month or two on my own?
If it goes tits up.
If it goes tits up, I'm sure a counter might have me back somewhere, hopefully.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, started going full time then, and then I've never
looked
kind of
back.
looked back since.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
been, what, 3.5? No, what are we now? I just know I can't do maths.
2021 now. So
18, 19, 20, 21.
3
It's
years.
about 3 years. Over
Wow.
3 years doing it full time, yeah.
mad.
Why, how did you get started?
So I was in school, and I don't know if I was like 15 or 16, and I don't know how, it's actually, I feel like it's a bit of fate that I ended up in this talk, but so
like,
soon
sorry
became,
to cut across you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was an accident?
It is and it isn't.
I didn't set out to do this at all. Hand on my heart. Like, 'cause there's people now that I feel who are like, I want to be an influencer. I feel like, not when I started it wasn't a thing, but it wasn't.
It wouldn't have been as big.
No, it wouldn't have been as big.
Or
as
as desired as it is now.
And I genuinely tell anybody who asks me, I didn't set out to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky. I count my blessings every day that this kind of, it didn't fall into my lap. God, no, I worked for what I have. Like, but I never set out to say, like, I came home thinking I was just getting another job. Like, I was, and I was willing and ready to do that. I was going to come back and have my job and stuff. But if it's as cringy and fucking, I don't even like saying stuff like this, but I feel like this kind of job, if it's meant for you, it'll be for you. I feel like it's the kind of job you can't force.
No. Someone asked me that. They said, can everyone do it?
No.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't want to sound
like
rude.
dickheads
No.
either, or that we're at the peak. Where,
No. Or that we're
we
perfect
say,
at it. No, definitely
we're
not.
like our first episode, we are not Bible. This is just our experiences of it. But
and we want to be 100% honest.
Yeah, no, sorry, I cut across you there. Go on.
Oh,
How
sorry,
did you start?
I was in school. I think I was about 16, right? And for some reason, I just ended up in this talk. I think one of the teachers was like, Charlene, do you want to come with your friend? So soon we came to our school and was giving a talk to one of the older years.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I ended up sitting in. It was only me and Queeve was the only young people there. And she was talking about she only had 50,000 followers at the time on Facebook.
I think Suzanne started when she was 28.
Is she what? Yeah, she was older. Yeah, old enough, definitely.
Like,
not old enough, but you know. What I mean.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. But she done the talk and I was fascinated. I'd never heard about any of this, and I've always, from a very young age, loved fashion and beauty and YouTube, everything, like loved it. And I was fascinated. I was like, I need to do this. I was like, I love the idea of that. So I started my own blog. I was like 16. It was called Simply Charlene at the time.
Can you still find it?
No, because I didn't. I was so embarrassed, but I didn't tell anyone about it. So obviously, no one's gonna read. I was like zero readers this month. I was like, yay! But like, I didn't want to show anyone because I was scared. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was really shy, and I think like influencing brought me out of my shell that way, because I just had to bite the bullet and be like, fuck it, I'm going to be embarrassed for a while, but you just have to be.
Yeah.
So anyway, I done that, failed at that. So I was like, right, put it in my back pocket then for a few years, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. I think if you don't stop thinking about something, it's meant for you.
Yeah,
and I
of course.
wouldn't stop, so I made another blog called Freckles and Fashion.
You are so
And
cute.
I didn't actually like the blog writing, but I wanted just the Instagram. But I thought if you make a blog, that's kind of your excuse then to post on Instagram.
Because don't people
more.
still say bloggers?
Yeah.
But sure, you have to have a blog to be a blogger.
Yeah, so I did, I suppose.
Yeah.
I could say I was an ex-blogger or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
But
you're so cute.
I made that then. I put on Instagram like, hey guys, I'm going to make a thing, blah, blah, blah. But I always kind of had a few followers anyway. I think I had like 4,000 when I started out.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know how. I think I think I always...
Just
like,
posting pictures.
yeah,
of
my
people
outfits
just
and stuff like
interested.
that. Yeah. And then I started that, and then it went from there. Just started posting more, like using little hashtags.
But you worked as well.
I worked as well. So
You worked until this year.
Yeah.
I remember telling Charlie at the start of the year, I was like, I can't wait for you to leave your job so we can do
yeah,
things during the day.
So I worked until, it would have been working until the end of college, but COVID then, there was everything was closed then anyway. So I finished college then end of May. So I've been only doing this full time for like 3-4 months.
Like
but I feel like really new to it still. Yeah.
No.
Isn't that mad?
No.
I know, but I feel like because I have so much time for it now that I just love doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
put your
grateful
everything
because
into it.
for 4 years of college I couldn't give it my all. I don't like not being able to give something my all. I had to kind of half hours college, half hours vlogging, half hours, not the half hours the job, but like do you know, everything was kind of being, I was splitting myself in so many different ways.
You need to give it your everything.
So now I just can, and I genuinely love it. Like, I love doing what I do. So yeah, that's how I got
That's kind of where we started, I think.
Yeah, so I kind of in a way slipped into it because if I never got brought to that talk, which I still don't know how I ended up. I got to skip class and I was like, how did I end up in that?
Yeah, something brought you to that.
Something brought I believe that 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little background into myself and Charlene and kind of where we started. My kind of way of influencing has definitely changed over the years.
Yeah, actually.
My work ethic
The
has
whole
changed.
industry
as
has
well.
changed. though, hasn't
Everything,
it?
yeah. And I've learned so much. Jesus Christ, I swear. People think it's as easy as just like a picture in a mirror, or like, oh, you have your phone in your hand, take a few stories.
That's the expectation of it. People think it's free stuff.
No.
Pictures and, grand. Bob's your uncle, you're
We
off.
also don't want to come across either that we're moaning about what we do. We're not, but it's just trying to
educate people, because
Yeah.
people don't know, and it's not
No.
anyone's fault that they don't know. It's
Yeah, of
just
course.
such a new
Sure,
job.
we didn't know when we started. We
No.
didn't know the ins and outs. I'm still learning now, 3.5 years later.
And God knows if we weren't an influencer, we probably would have the same preconceived notion about
Oh,
them. So that's
yeah.
why it's important to educate people, as it is with other jobs too,
Yeah.
that people don't understand yet.
Yeah,
It's such a new industry, like.
we want to talk about all the taboo things.
Yes.
We want to talk
that
about
you want to know.
our monies, our other stuff that we can answer, of course. And like we said, we are only speaking from myself and Charlene's point of view. Like, we're not answering obviously for anybody else.
No.
Other influencers in the industry could be completely different than us. Like, of course,
Kind of need to have different experience. It's not like a workplace where everyone's treated the same.
the
Everyone's-
same.
It's so different for every individual.
Yeah, exactly.
It
So
really
we
is.
can only answer off our own
Around-
situations.
Exactly.
So I think will we dive into some questions, because
Yeah.
we're gonna we said this in the car on the
and
way
there's
in.
so many.
We can talk about this for hours.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and hours. So we don't want to get too sidetracked off things, or we don't want to talk about things
Or spent for too long.
that
on
you're not
things.
interested in either. So I think we might just fire through a few questions and
Yeah.
maybe answer a few that hopefully you're interested in.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it. So someone asked, what defines you as an influencer? Is it your follower number? When do you start calling yourself an influencer?
I don't think the number matters.
No.
I don't think it does, because the background of what those numbers actually mean matter more. Do you know what I mean? Like, your engagement on your Instagram, like we were talking about in the lift on the way in, like somebody could have 700,000 followers on Instagram and their views and their story could be less than somebody who has 40k. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't, the more numbers on your page doesn't match up to kind of
Yeah.
your
So
engagement.
basically your engagement is like your likes, your story
comments,
views, comments. So if people are actually, because
interacting
people,
with
there
you.
could be like ghost accounts who actually aren't looking at your stuff. So your engagement's really important when a brand is looking at you to see if it's worth their while.
A brand,
paying you.
yeah, a brand won't come for you just for your followers.
No.
A brand would rather
Some do,
pay.
some do,
I don't
though.
know. A brand would rather pay somebody, from my experience anyway, with if they have a lesser amount of followers but their engagement is higher.
Or also really important, your gender followers. So like,
yeah.
if, say
Mine's
if you
like
have, if you've
90 something female.
Is it?
Yeah,
mine's
mine's
84
so high.
at the moment.
The men fucked off.
Yeah.
Thank God.
See ya. Yeah, but that's really important, because they don't want to. Why would you promote a makeup product if you only have 10% women followers?
Yeah,
it's
true.
wasting their money, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what. Like, I suppose it's kind of defining yourself. I don't know when people start defining me as one, but when you start sharing, and I suppose when you even influence one person to buy one lipstick, does that make an influencer? Like, it's hard to know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why, like I said earlier on, I don't take the word. I take the word. It carries so much weight, because they can come at you then saying, yeah, you're meant to be an influencer. And I said it in one episode
Like when
before.
we went to Ibiza.
Do you know what I mean? I said it before in an episode. We all have people online that we admire. I like to use the word admire more. So I admire so many people online.
But they're not buyable.
Do you know what
Either.
I mean?
Do you know?
But then
yeah.
you have people
Yeah.
who come back to you then saying, well, you're selling makeup and clothes. Yeah, that's fine. Take that part of my life and let that part of my life influence you.
Yeah.
Don't let
But any
me
big
going
life
out.
decisions, maybe no.
Yeah, maybe not. Don't let me
Consult with your
going out
friends,
in the sauce
please.
of the weekend and
Yeah.
fucking God knows what. Like, don't let that. Oh well, if she does that, like, you can run with the word so many different ways. I know
it's
some
also
people
people's
use,
own responsibility to do what they want with the information you're giving them.
of course, yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's up to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just what we kind
Not
of say.
just us, yeah.
But
Although it is, I think, in certain situations, then if there's something important going on in the world or something you share, like, in a way you kind of have that duty in a way.
do you think?
Some depending. Now, not everything, but sometimes
See,
I'm
I
like,
don't,
have
because if
to.
I'm personally not educated in something, I'm not going to go past.
No, I wouldn't. If
wouldn't.
it's something I am educated in, or like something.
But like, when did it come our responsibility to be a teacher? I'm not a teacher.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I know. I don't know.
It's so, and me and Charlene are very different in a sense that maybe because I've had not harder experiences
No,
online.
but you have, definitely.
Maybe that just makes me really, really defensive. I think I just
Make
put up
a bit more closed off.
yeah,
to
I put up a
things, yeah.
block. I think about not all of this, but like
Yeah.
I like to just maybe feel like I need to over explain things a bit more and kind of sit and kind of bite back sometimes and let people know, like, no, hold on a minute, do you know what I mean? Like, if you have every right to come at me like that, you're getting it back.
Yeah.
It's going to come straight back. And I know they say you shouldn't respond and all this, but
it's hard not to sometimes.
Nah.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't like when, if say there's something going on in the world and I'm like, right, I'm going to look up that, I'll read about it, I'll come back to it later, and someone texts you, have you not talked about that yet? I'm like, then I will not. Then I'm like, I actually, just because you said that now, like, that annoys me. I'm like, give me a second. Yeah. It's been in the news this morning. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ.
You were meant to learn about it all. Like,
like honestly, and I don't want to spread false information either, but that would annoy me then, because it's like, who do you think you are telling me that I have to talk about it right now? Yeah. Right then and there, just because you need someone to teach you about it. Like, that's not how it should be.
Why is it
your job? Give people time, give people a few minutes to gather themselves. I might be busy that day for a few minutes. Of course. But I'll come to it in the evening. But that,
no, I get you.
Yeah, that would then annoy me. No, okay, Jesus Christ.
See, this is what I'm scared tangents. Of. We were going to just go off on tangents.
Someone asked, would you see yourself as famous?
Not famous, no. Famous to me is like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
I'd see myself as
Taylor
like,
Swift.
I don't know. If somebody asked me to explain it, like, I just have a bit of an online following.
Yeah.
Or like,
online presence.
Yeah.
Like, my friend goes to me the other day, she was like, I just still see you as like a little fart. I was like, yeah. Humbled. Thanks, Lauren.
God, yeah. No, but I think if that's a main thing to kind of always keep, and my family are very good at that.
My dad keep literally was like sending me job applications. I was like, I have a job. So he's like, yeah, no, like, but if you just want,
just in case.
I was like, does he not really? Like, I don't think they understand really what I do. But I was like, Jesus, they'd keep you grounded anyway.
No, but I'd never act the whole, I'm famous.
No. I still
like
think it's mad when people come up to me and are like, oh my God, I love your Instagram. I'm like, who?
Like, you follow me?
Behind me, yeah, it's mad.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's crazy. And I'm just like, it's just overwhelming in such a nice way.
Yeah.
And that people are so kind to come up to you like that, because I don't know if I'd come up to someone.
We've loads of questions about that, actually.
Yes.
Do we want to start talking about free gifts, free clothes, free...
Yeah. I think the expectation is, though, that
that's all it is.
Yeah. And you get so much, we don't have to pay for it. Do you know, kind of way?
Yeah.
But, like, it takes over my whole house.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ, I'm not complaining at all.
No. But my dad wants me to pay for my own green bin.
My dad always like, give me money for the dump.
Yeah. I saw Dano fill the car the other day as well.
Yeah.
We have to do that. Yeah. Quite often you just fill the car full of all the cardboard.
Mad. Yeah, it's mad. It's great though. And the reason we get that, by the way, I think that's important to explain, is basically if a new product comes out, we don't actually have to show stuff on our stories if it's a gift, but it's basically making our followers aware that there's this new product out. If we love it, we can start showing them. I've been using it for a few months. Like, talk about it that way. So for the brand, it's advertising for them. And it's really inexpensive advertising them. All they're paying for is the product.
It's the cheapest type of advertising they can get. Like,
that's why it's growing so much.
A billboard or an ad on the telly, or like, do you know what I mean? The price that it costs them to send somebody like us the product is a lot less than
it's like what, a tenner? Like,
is nothing for them.
They're basically paying postage.
And who knows, it might even reach more people through us than if something was in a magazine. Like, realistically, how many people are buying magazines anymore these days?
Even like,
we're not obliged to post it either, though.
No. And then free clothes as well. Like, you only get free clothes when you're doing so you're doing a post for them. You don't just get clothes sent to you.
PR,
no.
You might get the odd one from like
a hat or scarf or something, but not really like.
Yeah.
It's mainly used for posts, isn't it? Like, or story halls or something.
But you're paid to do that then.
Yeah. But it's definitely more makeup products. But I think you got way more than me. When you do a PR haul, I'm like, oh my God.
But the boxes that I fill in my house full of stuff is just, the girls love coming over. I'm like, girls, it's that time of the month again. Like, come on over, fill your little bags.
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
But like,
because we could, if we were to keep them all by ourselves, we actually wouldn't be.
I wouldn't get through it
in your whole life.
I wouldn't use that much. I'm the type of makeup lover that if I love a product, I'm going to use it.
Creature habit, like
I'm not going to flip over to 7 different foundations in a week or whatever. But like, brands that send you
a new foundation,
every shade of the foundation range, I do not need that. Now, there's some
I
brands,
don't ever get that, because you're more makeupy than me, so I wouldn't really like that.
I've gotten full 32 collections of full bottles of foundations, and I'm like, I'm not going to use all this. Like, but there's brands that I know we both get PR off, and they have they actually, or they have you filling out a survey. You like fill out what shades you are in other foundations, just so they know, and then they might send you the 3 closest shades that you are. I like that, because you have a little option, but they're not sending you from the palest to the darkest. You get the whole 40 collection. Like,
so another kind of expectation, I suppose, or a kind like something people think is influencing a real career. like what do we actually have to do? What does your day look like? A typical day, like busy day for you?
I am very much of the nature that I
Of doing nothing until
yes,
the evening.
I put everything on the long finger. But I also think I work better in the evenings than I do the mornings.
Do you?
Yeah,
I'm the opposite.
Oh God, can't get up in the morning and start
Yeah.
working. No, I need to chill. I need to make my bed. I need to have my brekkie, shower, all that jazz. And sure, by the time I sit down to work, it's 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely work more evening time.
Yeah.
But I'm also very much put everything on the long finger and do it
Yeah.
the day before it's meant to be done. My management are going to be like, yeah, she is. I like when you have to send things over for approval.
Yeah, so brands have
I
to approve
hate
things first.
doing that.
No, I don't mind the picture, but the caption, I'm like,
The caption.
I like doing a little makey-uppy on the spot.
Oh, Karen does that to me all the time. I send her all the pictures and all, and she's like, caption Ellie. I'm like, oh.
No,
So I feel like saying,
please.
Karen, can you make it up for me? I really don't want to. But
It sounds so silly, but just one of them things. That,
stupid little things that you're like,
yeah,
oh,
like a little
it's just something at the end of your workday that you don't want to do, that you put off
thing you
until
have to do. Yeah.
that you have to
Yeah.
do. But like my workday very much consists of being stuck in my little box bedroom, well, my makeup room, which I'm very lucky to have.
I need that.
Doing a bit of work either on the camera or if it's on the phone or if it's creating a look with something. And then I'll try my best to, if I have like a clothes picture to take, do it that same day, because then you have your makeup done as well.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
can get it all done the same
Work
day.
smarter now.
Yeah, but that
definitely.
never really happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know what. No, there is no day, there is no work day that's
it's
like.
different all the time.
Yeah.
Like today, for example, I had dentist this morning, straight into the podcast, then I'm going to
Do
the
you work
gym.
today? Will you work today?
I'll just do. I have actually my voice isn't ribbons. I probably won't be able to, but I have a video to film with Dano, and then I have a post to shoot, which I'm meant to do today. I'm going to do it tomorrow instead.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, I suppose, the setting up for a post and the makeup and everything kind of just eats into the time. That today just flies by.
Yeah.
It flies by.
By the time you're actually ready to go out and take your picture, sure.
Yeah, it's
2
dark.
hours are gone. Like it's dark. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's dark out and 2 hours are gone. But every work day isn't.
isn't the same.
No, but like you
No.
could be working till 11 or 12 at night.
Yeah.
Like once it's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your
yeah.
hand,
Yeah.
and that's what I say to people
And
all
dates
the
get
time.
changed around. Like you might have to do something really last minute. Like you might have to change your plans around. There's a lot to it.
There really is.
Yeah, and then emails as well. The odd time that like
No, I don't do my
No,
own
you don't
emails
do
anymore.
emails, no.
Thank God.
no.
I count my blessings for my management every
Do you
day.
know I kind of like getting emails?
Oh,
Is that really
no, I can still
weird?
see them. I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
somebody asked me that before. Actually, I don't know. I think I was talking about it on my story, and they were like, "So wait, what? You don't see your own emails?"
We
No, I
still
do.
can. Yeah.
It's a shared email account, but I just don't respond because I'd be like, "Hey,
What's up?
get back to you in a week. See you later. Bye." Like, no, yeah. So I'm very lucky that I have
Yeah.
that.
It's just
Different every day.
it's different every day. Yeah, it just depends. And there's some days you can obviously be more chilled and stuff. But like I go around looking in ribbons most of the time, so I get like
You don't go
Oh my
around
God.
looking all glam all the time. No,
I never ever like if you see me out, you'll be like, oh my God, who the fuck is
Yeah.
that? Like she's obviously this
My
catfish
mum,
going.
I was going to Leaf Valley one day and she was like, "Are you like going out like that?" I was like, "What do you mean?
I go around wearing my Crocs. and all
Why
this stuff.
can't I?"
Yeah. It's just not all glam. I feel like Instagram, in a way, it's so fake. Like it's not that we're being fake, but I was coming my stories looking like in ribbons. But then
We love a dressing gown.
I
don't
love
we?
dressing gown.
We love.
I'd say my dressing gown gets ripped to shreds.
No, my manager had to literally tell me maybe you should stop coming
No,
on your stories
stop.
in your dressing gown.
Oh my God.
I was like, yeah, maybe I
I love it so much. It's just my comfort.
Oh yeah, once I'm at home
Yeah.
Tell me.
Why would you walk around just with no
in my
on?
clothes, ew, as soon as I'm in
Weird.
the door, pajamas and a dressing gown.
Yeah. Has to be done. But that's the thing. That's the nice thing about working at home. We can do that.
Yeah.
But
That's an
it's also a
advantage
little
of
bit
it.
lonely sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not like you hear your friends talking about like their office job and like the drama or like how stressful it is. And like sometimes I'm a bit jealous.
You
Not
miss that,
jealous of
yeah.
But like, I don't know.
I think, but because both of
our
us
work colleagues.
like you came from a hair salon, I came
Yeah.
from a
I was
makeup
in Pennies
counter.
as well for a few years.
Oh, yeah. I came from a makeup counter. We were surrounded by
So
people
busy.
all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're so busy. Like
Yeah.
to have that click and work to then go from just being you at home on your own. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
At least now we have this though to come into.
I know. Yeah,
I feel like it's giving me some purpose.
We walked
No,
through
don't think I
the-
didn't have purpose before, but you know what I mean.
this is the first day I've seen this office so busy.
I'm
in
like,
here.
hey friend.
Yeah, we were like, these are our colleagues. Hi, work colleagues.
I know you don't know us yet, but you will know.
Oh
us.
yeah.
There was also a study done a while ago, asking kids what they wanted to be in school or after school, and a lot of them said YouTubers, influencers,
That is
and the parents
mad.
were going mad. But I think that's just the way the world's going.
It's just the
It
evolution.
doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to be
them.
them.
Yeah.
If they want to aspire to be something, I would have wanted to be a YouTuber when I was younger,
But
and
like-
that was what 20 years ago or something.
Do you know?
Or
Yeah, exactly.
15,
20,
yeah.
30 years ago, or whenever it was, when like our iPhones and smartphones or whatever weren't a thing.
Yeah,
if you would have told somebody back then, like, I can make a living working off my phone, they would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just that, it's just the way the world is working. And I think if you do have a child who wants to aspire to be that, like, oh my God, get them started as young as they can.
Get them a ring, like, no.
Yeah,
But also, I think, I hope
hope.
that they wouldn't be doing it for the wrong reasons then as well. Not the wrong reasons, but like,
But I think you can tell someone straight away. Now, I can.
yeah, I can.
Straight away, you
Yeah.
can notice somebody online who only wants to be there for the
Free
PR,
things, yeah.
for the. They don't actually want to put the work in to.
No.
They don't. But it's not even that they don't. It's not that we care about having a following or we care to be public figures. We love the
Yeah.
job, but you can tell the people who are literally just in it for.
And don't love the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like what they do,
No.
but it's just handy to get a box of makeup every week
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh.
Yeah, and as well, a lot of people are like, oh, I've no time to do things. Like, I literally used to go to college and have my part-time job,
And
and
do
I'd get
this.
up 2 hours early, do my makeup, get a picture at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
I
to
was
do
like,
it.
you don't, that's not really, I feel bad saying that, but it's not really an
No.
excuse. I feel
Yeah.
like, you know, if there's something you love, you can make time for it,
Yeah,
I think. And if,
of course.
yeah, I think that's just how you succeed.
But
in
you can
things.
tell them a
No
mile away.
excuses.
It does.
guys.
I think it does come more natural to
anything.
other people, though.
I remember my first, I done a story hall, and it was so awkward. Like, I was like, and this is my new laptop case. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, how do I keep going after that? Like, I remember
God.
telling my friends, I was like, I'm going to put it up now. I was so nervous. Like,
I
I'd
can't
say it
remember when I started
around,
doing it.
I'd say it just got sent around group chats being like, what the fuck is she
I
doing?
can't remember when I started like talking on my stories
Yeah.
now.
Isn't it mad though that you get slated and people probably slating you back then, or the people telling you well done now? You, oh my God, you're doing amazing. Like,
Do you know where I think I started doing it first was Toronto, so I didn't feel too bad
no,
about it.
because you're away.
I was
Yeah,
away,
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
give a shit. I was
Out of sight, out of
yeah,
mind.
informing people about where I was living and stuff. So I don't think it was I don't think I was doing it when I No, actually, I'm lying to you. I must have, because I obviously let people know that I was moving away. You know.
Yeah, she had YouTube and all. You were vlogging over there.
Oh,
weren't
I'm
you?
such a fat liar. Don't ever listen to me
I'm
ever.
actor. So we're going to fill you in on the realities as well and your questions of being an influencer in a little while. But first we need to address some of your dilemmas this week.
Yes.
Because we have some good ones.
We got good ones.
Yeah, but stay tuned. The influencers are going to come back about like the money, realities, all that kind of stuff that is asked about. So stay tuned. We're going to go to a Secrets from the Stalls.
Yay.
I feel like my voice is getting like
It's actually getting
quieter.
better, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe
the
the
more you
practice.
talk.
Yeah. But basically this segment, if you haven't heard it before, is about sharing your dilemmas, and we kind of just give our opinions and try help you with some advice. As always, we are not Bible. Yeah, don't hold us responsible for
No.
if something bad happens.
For any advice that we give, yeah.
Yeah. Disclaimer. But yeah, it's basically just your confessions, your dilemmas, anything you want to get off your chest and you want help on. As always as well, keep sending them in. We will get to them.
We keep them all banked.
We just have a lot. We only do a few each week, so we will be doing more. But I'm going to get right into it. So the first one is seeing the fella you like following other girls after a night out. Opinions. I've had this before. So a guy I was seeing, I was like, psycho, like, and I'll always be checking like if they followed someone after a night, because you can see on Instagram if you go on to, is it when you go online or on your phone?
No, it's on your phone.
It's
now.
on your phone, and
Yeah.
you see who they've last followed, and you'd see like multiple girls be like, great, like.
Great, yeah.
But I
how'd
never
you follow them?
said anything because I feel like I wasn't like, what's the word, in a position, because I wasn't with him.
Oh,
I was like, I can be psycho and check, but I can't be psycho and tell him.
okay.
So I wouldn't say, but it would just anger me. I'd just be sitting there looking at it, and you'd be like,
Your mind just goes off thinking like, well, how did he
but
get
also,
there?
like, how did he get? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's never a good sign,
No,
to be honest.
it's not.
I can't. My opinion is that, like, obviously don't end it with them. But then also I'm like, are you getting fucked over if they're doing that? Depends how serious they are. Because we weren't really serious, me and this guy, so I couldn't really be like, what are you doing?
Really.
But if you've talked about being exclusive with someone, and
And then they're doing that.
yeah, I'm like,
It just doesn't
but
look
what do you
great.
say?
Do you know
It's
what I
like,
mean?
Does it come across as they could like manipulate it and be like, oh my God, you're actually a psycho. How do you even notice that? And like make you feel bad then?
I'd be like,
gaslight you?
I checked
Yeah,
and you got caught.
yeah, I know. But some people are such good liars and manipulators that they actually make you feel like you're wrong.
Oh, I know.
They'll be like, oh, that's actually my cousin. You're like, oh,
Oh, I know.
can't.
Oh, God, I know.
yeah, and that's not fair.
I just,
So would you say it?
yeah,
them?
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't, so I was just a ham.
No,
I was obviously
would
getting
absolutely say it.
walked on over.
No, I would say it. But I'm in this position in my life now where I just
Yeah,
have no faith in
that's
any
true.
of
Yeah, I was younger, I suppose, so I'd probably have no time for it now.
that. Oh,
So I think depending on how far you're in to say it.
yeah. Okay, so our next secrets from the stalls is my boyfriend of 3 years is the best and treats me so well, but I've started to fancy other boys. What should I do? Eek.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh.
I think fancying, and you can obviously think someone's good looking. That's different. Different.
Come here. Everybody in relationships
You can appreciate someone's good
appreciates,
looking.
yes.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody, it's human nature to look at someone, and if you think they're attractive, oh, that's a great looking boy, that's a great looking girl. But there's a line and a difference. What should I do?
Maybe it's a little sign that you need to freshen things up in your own relationship. Like, maybe like...
Because you obviously love your boyfriend.
Yeah, maybe like, it's not that you're falling out of love with him. Maybe you need to spice things up a little bit and like try fall back more in love. Like, after 3 years, I think it can get probably a little bit stale. Like,
it's
not
just
stale, but like
comfortable.
Yeah,
I love
you
to use the
stop
word
making as much of an effort. Like, maybe like a few date nights might be good for you. Like, try really fancy your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Again. Do you know
Appreciate what is in front of you, because obviously you're thinking that this is a problem.
You think the grass is greener.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So that's on one hand, to look at it that way, to kind of spice things up again. Then on another hand, if you are just constantly thinking you are fancying other people and you just can't get it out of your head,
and you want to be with them other people,
maybe it's
a
sign.
But keep track of it. Don't be like straight away, I'm done. But it could be
don't jump to
things. Could be a little phase.
Could be a phase. And like we said, people always fancy people. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what? Especially if you're in a bad relationship, it makes your eyes wander so much.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, he's treating me like shit. Look at this
You're
fella
going to
over
fancy
there.
other people.
It actually,
But the fact that he treats you nice and you can like appreciate that and notice that he treats you so well, you're just feeling like you fancy other people. Maybe it's just
time to say goodbye.
Oh,
that's really sad.
so sad.
No, not time. Like, just keep track of it and it keeps happening.
If it keeps happening and your mind and heart are telling you
that could be like the
things.
first sign of you falling out of love with him.
Yeah.
It could be like the first thing you're noticing, and then there might be little things that annoy you about him, like little irks, and you'll be like, God, that really was
Starting
the first.
to get the ick.
that got the ball rolling kind of thing.
This could be the start.
But yeah, it's hard when someone treats you so well, though.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, this one I actually don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I think just keep note of it, and if it starts becoming something you think about every day, and it's intruding.
I've never
your
been
mind,
in this situation to like.
No, I always just get dumped. So
that one is a bit.
It's a sticky one. So
I don't have a final
I think
answer
but before you break, if you were to break up, before you break up, try the thing of like dates and make more of an effort. Do things you want done to you. Like, just try giving what he's given you, and if that's still not working, then it's probably a sign to be moving on.
Yes.
Hopefully that helped though. So next up we have boyfriend can be kind of stingy with money, love him but I'm worried about the future, e.g. a house, mortgage, etc.
I hate stingy people.
Oh, that would give me.
I don't hate anyone, but I really don't like stingy people.
I'd have the ick. I wonder if she worried about that he's not going to want to get a house. Like, is he going to want to buy a little shack?
Not even that though. Like, but like, does she mean stingy in a sense that like if they went out for dinner, he'd be like, "Can we split the bill?" Or like,
I'd say I don't think that's not split the bill, but I think when you're in a relationship, like the boy shouldn't always pay. Though, do you think? Do you think the boy should always pay?
No, no,
do you?
No, not always pay, but
like majority.
Yeah, it's a manly thing to do, I think.
Yeah, me and Dana would kind of do things like
equally.
He would more, but we wouldn't like be splitting. So I just get one thing, you get the next, or something.
Yeah, or like I'll buy the.
But he get most, but I like getting stuff for him sometimes. So.
Yeah, it's nice to do that.
Yeah,
I think tell him like if you've had argument like.
Yeah, I'd have to be straight and be like, "Here, you're actually being so scabby right now."
Yeah, I've done it before.
Buy me my dinner.
I've called people up before on being stingy, and I think they get really defensive on it though because they're embarrassed.
Yeah,
but like there's stingy and there's. Well, he's obviously not smart with his money. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is he stingy in a sense that like he doesn't like overspending on things because he's saving so much? No.
Yeah.
Or is he just being a bum?
Yeah, but she's worried about the future and then like a house and mortgage. So like, does she think that he's not going to want to pay for like as much as she's paying? Like,
I saw that.
Because a mortgage is such a big thing. That's like a whole life thing.
It's harder to get out of a mortgage than it is a marriage.
Yeah. So be careful.
Yeah.
Take note of his actions.
I think you should say it to him. Bring it up to him. Have that conversation. Explain to him that you're worried about a house.
Just be like, look, when it comes to getting a house, what's the story? Like, what are we going to be paying? What do you want to start? Like, what are you looking at to buy? What kind of budget do you have?
Yeah.
And if he's like, 50 grand, be like, I'd see you later.
Yeah. Like when
you want to live in a shoebox.
When you go for your house or whatever, like, do you think it should be 50-50?
I think it depends on earnings a little bit. Do you not think?
Not at all. 50-50.
Do you think?
Absolutely. Don't care.
I think my mum and dad was 50-50, but
yeah, no.
If Dana was to get like a really good team though, where he's making like thousands a week.
If Daniel was a millionaire, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I still think 50-50. If I'm living in the house half as much as you're living in it, don't care.
That's true.
But now maybe I'm just thinking 50-50 because I'm thinking of if I was the earner in the relationship, if I was the one making more money,
Yeah.
I'd do 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for you to live in my house.
I think me and Dan was actually going to move out a while ago and he was trying to pay the whole rent. I was like, no, Dano, like, obviously not.
I'll tell him I'll move in.
Yeah.
I'll go, Dano. Dano, you listening? I'll come.
I was like, obviously not. Like, but I don't know. I have to see. I feel
Have
like
the
that's such-
conversation.
Yeah, have
Bring
the
it up.
conversation. And if he's like, yeah, I don't really want to pay for mortgage, then skedaddle. Because if that's
Run.
if future is so important when you're looking at a relationship, it could be all well and good now, but that's a big thing in your life.
You get to an age where you need to start thinking of all that stuff. So
Definitely. Hope you've enjoyed them little dilemmas and got some advice. Again, we're not Bible.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the realities now of influencing and what kind of it's made out to be and all the expected glamour, I suppose, that comes
Yeah.
with it and what it's actually like.
the glamour, if you could see the head in the two of us right now,
Jesus
like
fucking Christ.
it's not
Oh.
so great.
No, but we're going to answer some questions. I feel like a lot of the questions are about realities, is it? It's what
Yeah.
people want to know about our lives, which is the
Yeah.
reality of it.
People who are genuinely interested in, like, oh my God, what do you actually do?
Yeah. So someone, I like this one. Do you ever compare yourself to people online
Yes.
and to other people? Like, yeah.
Every day
Yeah.
of my life.
It's like any job you do, don't you?
Yeah, you always will. There will
Yeah.
always be someone doing better than you in life at anything. At
You're
anything
like, oh,
and
they
everything.
got that collab. I didn't get that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody doing better than you, which is absolutely fine. And I think you need to remember that more. Like,
Yeah, and anyone that you might compare yourself to is comparing themselves to someone else
to someone
as well.
else as well, yeah.
This is a good one, and people always want to know this about
Oh.
pay.
Oh, yeah.
So
money.
Most you've got paid for an Instagram post.
Um,
I feel like Ellie's way more than me, so I'm gonna be like €1.
oh, for a feed post,
One, yeah, just one.
one picture,
One, a singular.
€5,000.
Jesus Christ.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten brand deals before. Of my most paid brand deal, I think, was 12 grand
Sweet Jesus.
for.
Oh, like a collection of posts. So yeah, so basically brands, they won't always just do one post. They might do like a collection over a few months, and then you give them kind of they get a bit of a discount, don't they? Then if you're getting a few things out of you, you wouldn't be charging what you would for one for every
No, yeah.
post. The most I was paid was $2.5 grand.
Bank that,
Yeah.
pocket that. Love it.
And it's actually, do you know what? It was for a brand that I'm not going to say, but it's for a brand that you wouldn't expect it to be that much.
Yeah.
I remember at the time I actually got a few bad comments about doing it. It wasn't even like, it was just weird people online, and I was like, if only people knew that that's actually my most paid post. It's mad. But yeah, the pay is all I always pay sometimes though, isn't it? Like it's not always
Like I was waiting on that 5 grand. I was waiting on that for
Yeah, I waited about 4 months.
I think 6 or 7 months.
You don't have a payday.
But a lot of people ask that as well, actually, about the ups and downs. What's that called? Inconsistency
Yes.
of payment.
Yeah. There's quieter months than others.
Of course there is. Like,
November is going to be busy.
November is
Yeah.
the busiest month of any influencer's year, I
Mhm.
can guarantee. But
Black Friday.
it is inconsistent, but this is going to sound... Okay, so the pay is consistent,
Yeah.
but it's enough payment that if another payment wasn't coming in...
You're not waiting on that payment.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Because you have savings obviously as
Of
well
course.
that you can, if you want, you can dip into.
Yeah, you have... You save majority of it. Like, do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not a thing that you... Well, no, I'm very bad at spending. But
Same.
it is inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I think that's why
But you'd never be like, oh my God, I'm broke
I need
today
that.
because I'm waiting on
Yeah.
that one payment. Because you get a few, there's obviously a few different payments, so they're all coming in different times.
But
Usually.
there's a lot of different sources of income. Like, so you have
Yes.
your YouTube, you have your Instagram,
Mhm.
you be paid off TikTok. We
Reward
love a little
style.
reward style over
Yeah.
here. Like, there are different avenues of payment, so it's not just relying on one thing.
Yeah,
So that helps.
yeah, definitely. Someone said, what's the average salary? I actually don't know because I'm not counting now until from like now when I've started doing it full time. So I actually can't calculate how much I've made or like that
Can you?
until like a year, isn't it? Like an average year salary.
Yeah.
But do you know?
Yeah. Well, like how much I've made.
Yeah, I feel like that might be crossing a line a little bit because I post them like I
But
don't
it's
care.
all different to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what I could make could be nothing compared to another Irish, obviously another Irish influencer.
Yeah.
Like, there are millionaire Irish influencers
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Probably billionaire.
Definitely. I obviously am with an agency as well, but there's brands I worked with before I joined them, so I manage some of them myself still. So invoices chase me for money that doesn't come. At the moment, actually, I have to email a few brands after this for them
For money.
Still haven't paid. Yeah, and it's just like,
It's the one thing my dad has always said when I started doing this on my
Yeah.
own. Never let anybody fuck with your money. That's a different
No.
side of things. Like,
no, definitely.
someone asked, any other influencers that you don't like or you don't get on with? There's definitely people in any industry in life. There's definitely people that I don't
and even
gel
any
with.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't say, oh, they'll be my best friends. There's people like that in all of
Because you
life.
had a few situations where people kind of said stuff about you when there was hot news.
Oh, when it's
And then you
hot
see it
to
in
talk
person
about
and they're
me.
like,
yeah, when it's hot to talk about me and convenient for them to get a few extra likes
Followers.
and clicks and followers,
For clout.
to jump on the clout train and bring up my name when it's convenient, and
And then
then
you
see
see
me
them.
in person,
It's like, yeah.
and it's like, you weapon.
Yeah.
I've had a few people like that, but
Yeah.
they're just, I don't hate anyone. I've never had like proper drama with anyone online, or there are people.
Actually, one thing is, it's kind of interesting. Like, we had a news article written about us when we
Oh,
were in
yeah.
Ibiza.
Yeah.
During COVID, and we got quite like backlash because of that article as well as just from the article. So
But like things like that annoy me.
yeah,
Like, but I also understand, and I did say it to them at the time. I understand that
is a story.
yeah, it's your job
Of course.
to work off that. I asked them to just monitor their comments. I said to them,
And did
keep
they?
the article up. I don't like the article's fine. I don't really
think they
care about
did
that.
then. They
I was
didn't.
just like, can you just keep an eye on the comments, because that's where shit starts to get nasty.
That's
Of
people
course,
there.
report on us being
Yeah.
away during it all. I completely
yeah, yeah.
understand they're going to talk about that. But when
Yeah.
you start turning your articles into nearly like a small tattle life, you're taking it
Yeah,
too
step
much.
too far, and they know that it's going to happen
Mm.
too. Don't add to shit someone's getting. You don't know what someone's life is like. You don't know what's happening to them someday.
No,
Like,
yeah.
I remember there was a day that I just had such a bad day, and like I had found out bad news. My granddad was like diagnosed with dementia. Like, it was just such a bad day, and then I got like one horrible message, and it
And
just
it
was
just
like,
sends
oh,
you
if people knew how bad my day was, would they have still sent
Yeah,
it?
would they have said it?
And it's so sad sometimes. But
Someone else asked, is it hard on relationships?
oh yeah,
Yes.
not this relationship. Daniel's very easy man, but like
Yeah.
my ex-boyfriend didn't like it. He's like, you're posting for boys or something.
I think it's hard on a relationship, definitely. I think social media in general is hard
Yeah.
on any relationship.
It has the power to ruin. Like, I got a text before. It was
does.
like, Dana. It was at 2 a.m. Dana was cheating on you with
Oh,
with
you were telling me
Wands at
then.
the weekends.
Wands.
I was like, Dana was by my side all weekend. I goes, who? Like, could you tell when and where? Oh, like, I feel so bad having to tell you this. Like, didn't give me any information. Just kept
No,
being like, oh,
yeah.
sorry, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, you can't just go around saying stuff like that. It's really actually,
It's
that can be
dangerous.
hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine Dana had I been out the weekend
Yeah.
and I got paranoid, but he just wasn't.
Yeah. But
Like,
you're so secure in it that
Yeah,
you're just like,
and he was literally sitting
it's glued to
beside
me. Yeah.
The man lives in my house,
Yeah.
but
I do
definitely
think
has the
it
power.
is hard on relationships. But like, of course, there's some relationships.
Do you
and
think if Connor hadn't have got a following when you were together, it would be the same? Do you think it was because both of you had a following, or just because in general you both were on the platform?
that
Do
it
you-
hurt
Yeah,
our relationship?
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like, imagine he stayed at like 2,000 followers the whole time.
But imagine I did, like, and then he
Yeah.
ran off
Yeah,
with it
yeah,
either.
yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
We used to say that all the time. Like, imagine we just both stayed in our jobs that we had. We
Yeah.
came home from
what would
Canada.
it be like now?
What would we be like now? Like,
Yeah.
who? And you don't know. You can't think back on too much of
But it's
that.
a different kind of strength. You might have had a different problem. Then,
Yeah,
do you know, you can't
course.
think.
Yeah,
like
that's not the only. That's what.
No,
No, I'm not saying it ruined our relationship, or I'm not saying it was the only strain, or of course it can be a strain in anybody's relationship.
Yeah.
But I do think it is hard on any relationship. But there are couples out there who thrive off both being influencers,
Yeah.
who love it, who they spend all their days working together, and like they've made an empire for themselves.
Yeah,
Like, but
yeah.
I just think, for me personally,
Do you think it's nice to
didn't.
have your own separate thing as well, isn't it? Your own
to
separate
have something
job.
by yourself. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
But also between each other to talk about it, like.
yeah.
To talk about
Yeah.
having separate things. Whereas I think because the two of us are in it, it's
Yeah.
like,
Did you ever feel like you're competing with each other?
kind of. It
Yeah.
was just more the brands getting in touch with him to try and get in touch with me. I didn't like that.
No.
We used to fight about that a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't
It's
like
like
that.
email me
Yeah.
yourself.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what you going to...
Yeah.
What's Connor going to be like? Okay, I'll bring Ellie with me. Like, do you know what I mean? It just...
Yeah. Kind of get 2 for 1 deal. Like,
Yeah,
just paying money is, but
yeah.
you just get invited.
Yeah, but I think he did as well. Like, even
Yeah.
sometimes I think he'd even sometimes think that they were only getting in touch with him to try and get to me.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
not fair
of
on him
course.
either,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
of
But
course.
I could talk about that
Yeah,
situation for
yeah.
forever, but
It's hard,
I do
and
think it
But
is
I
a
think
strain.
what about other relationships, like friendships, everything like that? I don't think it does.
No.
I think I keep my friends very separate. Like, I think you think that you see a lot of someone's life, but like, I don't really put my family that much online or my friends.
Do you
really.
not?
Like, not really.
Yeah, I think I do, but I've
You
learned
don't
to kind of
really
cut
though
back
either.
a bit.
Compared to, if you think you don't, compared to like say someone who vlogs every single day and have their
Yeah.
whole family and kids, that's
Yeah.
different.
Oh, that's very
Do you know what
different.
I mean?
yeah.
You have maybe them on once in a while.
But sometimes I
As
do
would
have to
I.
think, like, my friends are all starting to have kids now, and I'm like, I don't really want to share them my story. Like, my cousin had tagged me in something the other day, and I shared it, but I shared it to my close friends. I was like,
Yeah.
don't really want to share my baby cousin on
yeah,
my
yeah.
page.
No,
like,
I know, because people
just sometimes it can get a bit weird, and I just
make you feel a bit paranoid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Someone asked, do you find it hard to post on the days you're feeling a little bit down? Love the podcast, gals. Thank you so much.
Oh,
first
thank
of all.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think I do.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna force it. If I'm not
Unless
feeling it, I'm not
it's
feeling
hard when you have something to film though. Remember one time I literally cried halfway through filming something. I was like, I just want to cancel this, but I couldn't.
it. No.
I wasn't even having, actually no, it's just, do you know a bad day when nothing actually happened, but you're having a bad, you woke up on the
Yeah.
wrong side of the bed. It was one of them. It was on my period and I was just like, I do not want to do this. And you can't, so it's like any job, you kind of have to just suck it up sometimes.
Suck it up, yeah.
But yeah, there's obviously days you feel more down than others, and it's just
You just don't
give
come on,
yourself
though.
a break. Yeah, I
think it's
probably used to put more pressure on myself, but now I'm just like, have your day.
because we only have ourselves to kind of answer to at the end
Mm.
of the day. If there is a day that you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And you just,
And we usually have content kind of banked as well.
yeah, you're not
to
feeling
put
it.
up.
You don't have to go and say to anyone, like, there's no pressure to come on your stories and talk.
No.
Like, I go through phases of doing it all the time, and then there might be a phase for a couple of weeks where I just don't.
Yeah, you're not feeling yourself, something
just
like that.
Not into it.
Someone asked, what is the best and worst about the job? I think the best part is
Like pros and cons.
Yeah, I think pros is the freedom. I think freedom is priceless. Being able to pick your work schedule. Like,
That's actually really
I
good, yeah.
actually, I think it's because I was in college for so long as well that I appreciate it.
You felt
so,
trapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was these long days, and I was doing what I hated, but now I do what I love, and I pick when I do it, and it's
Yeah.
just I'm so grateful for it. Like,
No.
and meeting lovely people as well, and people being so nice.
The opportunities the job brings as well, though.
Yeah.
Like
I pinch myself all the time.
I was brought to Paris with a brand before.
That's
like,
insane.
who would bring you to Paris? Do you know what I mean?
Do you ever just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
My job's
what am I
mad.
doing here? Yeah.
But it's so good.
Yeah,
I think the good outweighs the bad.
it does.
But there is bad, obviously.
The bad, obviously, is just
It's
the
obvious,
negativity, the
Yeah.
perception that people have of you straight
Mhm.
away. The,
People think they can say what they want.
yeah, it's always with you. Your job follows you wherever you go.
They hate, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you get used to it. You don't have to, but you do. Like, stuff doesn't hurt you as much anymore.
Someone else asked, as a business, how do you know how much to pay someone for posts? Now, neither of us have ever paid anyone for a post. We're not businesses, obviously
No,
we
of
don't.
course.
But
Look at their engagement.
there are companies out there that do all that for you.
Oh, yeah. So, like, they would
They
pay a
do that.
marketing company to do it for them.
There are
That's what they
companies
do.
out there. Like, you shouldn't have to guess on your own.
This is about you. Saw Ellie 2
Me?
weeks ago in the Copper Room in Limerick. She looked amazing, by the way. Wondering what it's like to be out and about. Are you okay with people coming up to you?
I love it.
So do I.
I was in Nolita the other night as well, and I had a few girls coming up to me, and they were like, "Oh my god, you're so much nicer in person." And I'm like, "Why did people think I'm going to be like,
Bitch.
fuck off? I'm on
Yeah.
a night out." No,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I'd always be like,
I love
yeah,
it.
so please come up and say
Great
hi.
crack.
Yeah.
You meet some
I met a girl in
amazing
the airport
lunatics
yesterday
in
on
a
my
good way.
flight. She was so nice. She was going back to London or back to Dublin to. She was a teacher and she was with her boyfriend in London. He lives there. And
See,
she
I
was
love
so
it. Like in
nice.
Liverpool Airport the other day, I'm standing there in
Yeah.
my socks because I left liquids in my case or something. I'm
Yeah,
standing
yeah.
there, and a girl just came over. She was like, "Hi, I don't mean to be rude. Like, you're never rude."
No, never.
She's like, I just wanted to come over and say hello. Like, I don't want a picture or anything, or like, I just
I
want
just
to say
feel
I
like
like
hugging
you.
them all. I'd say they're like, get it off. Be
No,
like,
I
"Where's the
love it. The,
guy?"
the girls that we met that night in Alfie's.
So nice.
They were lovely.
So, and I love the podcast.
Oh yeah, when they
reviews.
yeah.
And I met people actually at Dana's match as well. They were like, "Who is the DJ that was trying to get with Ellie?"
Oh shit.
I was like,
Oh,
"I'll give you the
God.
inside
Yeah.
scoop just because I'm meeting in person."
No, but I love it.
Yeah. So do I. Never feel afraid.
No,
Definitely not. Someone said, "Do you not miss the structure of normal working hours?" I did during lockdown.
No, absolutely
No,
not.
no.
I forget what that feels like.
So do I.
I-
I tried to get. I'm actually the last few weeks. I've tried to give myself working hours. So I'm trying to get things done in the morning and be like done, and then free for the evening.
Yeah.
Do my gym in the evening, like get all my like free time and
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
that like as if I'm in work.
I miss the social aspect of having a place to go to work. I think that's why
Yeah,
we get
yeah,
so
yeah.
excited coming
We're
in
so
here on a Monday.
excited.
When
Yeah,
we started
yeah.
this, we were like, we feel like we have a job. I
Yeah.
love it so much. So I think that's the only thing I miss about it. But like, Sure, I never had a 9 to 5 job in my life. Like,
No.
I always had, the schedule was always different.
Always
so
changing.
I never had kind of structure.
Someone asked, do you ever wish you could be out of the spotlight?
There's nothing that bad that turns me off.
No. I just think I think I'm really naive to it. Like, I forget that I am.
Yeah.
I'm just walking around like a pile of shit.
Not an
like,
ocean, like, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh shit, people actually know me. Like, I just like, or if someone's looking at me, I'm like, I look behind me and all. You just forget. You're kind of unaware.
Yeah. You don't walk around with this notion that you're on top of
With
anyone
notions,
or like
exactly.
on a
No,
pedestal
no.
or like, no, there's nothing.
Oh, someone said, what's the most unreasonable thing someone you were working with asked you to do? I think, do you ever get a brief and
I
it's
was
like,
asked to do something and I did it. And while I was doing it, I rang to say, I can't do this.
what is it?
I had to do, it was Halloween work. And I had to do Halloween work up in the Hellfire Club. I was fucking petrified.
Oh, was it?
It was during the day, but I was still scared. I don't like it up there. I've only ever been there like once before that in my life. And I had to go up to the Hellfire Club.
And do makeup look.
No, it was
you
to
had
get
that
a
already.
picture or
Okay,
something.
yeah.
But yeah, I did like a makeup look at home and then I had to get like a matching picture.
Jesus, on location. Like,
A matching picture somewhere haunted or something like that. Yeah, I had to go to the Hellfire Club. I remember ringing somebody who was helping me deal with all the work and rang them or text them to be like, I don't want to be here. I'm really, really scared.
yeah.
And then being like, well, it's work. You have to work.
Scared.
Up to Hellfire Club. That was
Oh my
years ago,
God.
but yeah.
I don't think I've gotten anything unreasonable, but some of them ask for a lot, as in like
Some prices are unreasonable. Let's not
Yeah, that
be
too.
naive about it.
that too. But also, do you ever get like a brief and it's like a movie script? And you're like,
I don't understand
how-
briefs. I promise
how
you
am
now.
I going to say all this?
I don't
information?
understand briefs. I have to send them to Karen or someone and say, will you break that down for me and
Yeah.
just tell me what I actually have to do?
They're long.
All these pictures and bullet points and all. Sorry, don't understand it.
That can be a lot, and I feel like they put everything in hopes you'll do a few, but it's just very
A few extra
overwhelming.
bits. I'm just the type of person that I need, if I'm being told or asked to do something, I need it broken down in the simplest form. So I don't either over-explain it or I don't under-explain it. Do you know what I mean? Or I don't
'Cause
do...
there's always a certain amount of frames you have to do.
Yeah, if I
isn't
don't, if I'd be afraid I'll do too little or too much.
Yeah.
I've a note. Sometimes I do too much
it? Yeah.
because it wasn't broken down enough, or I just feel like I need to over analyze it.
And
Kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. Because you're like, what if they don't? Because you send things for approval, so they could be like, no, you didn't say enough.
Can
Talks a
I
lot.
touch on this one?
Yes.
Do you think your time as an influencer will end?
A lot of people did say that too.
Yeah.
They were like, how do you feel it being a what's it called? Short-lived career? Or like,
Mm.
I see, like, there's people now that are doing it, like, that are mothers and having multiple
Yeah.
kids.
Because your audience,
Grows with you.
yeah,
They will never stop.
they're
like,
not staying the same age you were when you started.
yeah, like they'll probably buy baby products that you advertise when you have a
Yeah.
baby. Do you know what I
So you
mean?
can bring it along with you in life.
If you want to. Yeah.
When I started though, I do remember my mum saying, you need to grab it by the balls while you can,
But you
kind
do
of thing.
while it's hot.
Yeah, while it's hot, because you don't know what could happen. I think we've ideas of what we want to do in the future, of course.
Because you cannot, like, you're potentially all your followers are, you've what, 270?
Yeah.
That's potentially 270 customers of a brand you create.
Yeah.
And you have so many contacts now, like it opens doors. Like, look at our
course it
podcast.
Yeah.
This is why we got that, because we were approached to do this.
Mm.
It's opportunities that will open on the way.
Well, I think both of us do have ideas of what we want to do in
Yeah.
the future as well. To kind
coming
of,
soon.
yeah, to if it did get to a stage of us kind of stepping back
You just have
from,
to be smart about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
stepping back from this kind of a job.
Mhm.
Will you have something else to kind of rely on, or
Yeah. But I'll have my degree as well. If worst comes
Oh,
to
yeah,
worst, I'll come to
degree.
a marketing company near you.
and fat savings?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yes,
we want a
exactly.
fat savings.
Exactly. We got an overwhelming amount of questions, so we're going to have to do a part 2. If you want that, let us know. There was so many and they're all so interesting. There's so much to say. So we're going to wrap it up with sip or skip based on this week's episode. So if we sip, it means we agree. If we skip, it means we disagree, for anyone new listening. Okay, so we thought of the situation, right, that a brand approaches you, big fat paycheck, but it's actually a brand you've either A, never used before, or you don't like.
You don't like.
Do you sip or do you skip?
I'm going to say skip.
I've skipped before, so I'll say skip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been in
I've turned
situations
down
before
stuff,
where
yeah.
I don't like products, so
Yeah.
I've genuinely said
Yeah.
no, I don't like them.
It's going to come across if you don't like them. It does.
Oh yeah,
You can tell.
people see straight through us.
Yeah, of course.
and I like
they
that.
know us a little bit by now.
Yeah, I like that.
This
though.
is my favourite thing ever.
Yeah. Or when you see somebody who's going to 7 different hair salons in the space of a year,
I don't trust that.
using 11 different hands in the 1 year.
Mm-mm.
I-
And they're all paid as
Yeah,
well.
I
If you
just-
actually test them out, it's
Of
different.
course,
But
yeah.
if you're if you're brand ambassador for 6 different makeup lines within the space of a year.
Just kind of...
Yeah. You lose your integrity, and that's how you lose trust. And even though you're getting that paycheck, it's actually gonna get your pay down in the long run because people start dropping off.
Yeah, people are saying, "Oh, she works with too many of them."
Yeah, so I'm gonna skip that bitch.
I think we both will.
Yeah,
skip.
Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm really sorry again about this voice. Hopefully next week we're back to normal.
You'll be fine.
Manuka
honey will sort you out.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
It'll be good.
That's
Don't get something now. We're going to get green juice now.
Yes, I need it. But I hope that was semi-interesting. I was actually really deep in that conversation.
I was really nervous, and if you can see me sitting here now, I have the biggest redhead in me. I'm sweating. I have boob sweat. Like, I'm absolutely sweating. I just think it's something that we're so passionate about because we love what we do that, well, me, for anyway, can get defensive. Mm-hmm. I'm just that type of person. It's just my nature. I can just get a little bit defensive of it, but it's also something that we can educate people on and kind of open their eyes to how we really are, because like we said, the word influencer, it does come with a negative, what's that word you like to use? Connotation.
I think that's what you say. I've been saying it the last few weeks. I think I just learned.
It's painted with a specific type of brush. Once you mention the word, do you know what I mean? So
they
I think
roll their eyes, and we're real people at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're not.
We have more
like,
to us than just that.
Yeah, but we've been told that the podcast is opening up. We're opening up a little bit more to people,
changing people's minds.
Yeah, and that's what we want. But we really do hope you enjoy.
And let us know if you want a part 2, because we have way
more.
We're
going to need a part 2.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, 100%. But as always, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
We
love it.
We love you.
We love it here. And we love you. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Subscribe to this podcast for free on the Go Loud app.